All right, guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here, where I talk about my favorite thing in the entire world, goddamn cryptocurrency. And today we are talking once again about SUI blockchain. Now, I made a video 2 weeks ago called The Best New SUI Projects You Don't Know About, right? And I covered 10, roughly 10 projects, which not many people knew about. And I'm happy to say that every single one of those projects is now much higher than they were in price 2 weeks ago. Some of them have done 5x, some of them have done 2x, some of them have done 1x. And I've also found some new projects which I'm into in SUI as well at the same time. And today we're going to be covering all of that. SUI is pumping. The whole ecosystem is going upwards and to the right. I have figured out a automatic trading bot on SUI brought to you by Pumpkin. We'll be going into that. We'll be looking at the growth of SUI because they are doing SUI Basecamp right now. This weekend in Dubai, I believe, and the swarms, and they're selling loads and loads of licenses. We're going to be looking into some of the memes I touched on, which have gone absolutely explosive. I have some SUI Trump news for you, of course. Walrus has gone absolutely parabolic. I covered that as well a week ago, and it's almost 2x from when I covered it. Unbelievable stuff. This is the perfect time to investigate into SUI ecosystem, make your own decisions. This is not financial advice. You should, of course, choose the projects that you think you have the most faith in growth, right? So let's just get to it. I don't want this video to be too long, but there's lots to talk about. So let's go. Let's go. So today on bubble.fun, this is bubble.fun. This is the best crypto bubbles site that we have available on SUI, in my opinion. It shows all my favorite coins. It doesn't have so many of the huge already pumped ones. It has loads of opportunity for coins which are just getting going, right? First one you're going to see right there is in the middle there, this golden toilet. We might as well talk about this first. This has hit $2 million market cap. Now, when we talked about this on video 2 weeks ago, it was down at around about $300,000 market cap. So there you have your 5x. It's there. You got it. If you did buy this, then we are good. Yeah, well, 4x. Okay, it's 4x in a week. Might be 5x in between that in the month. Okay, because it did pump, then dump, then mega pump, right? So if you got the toilet dust, congratulations. It's a meme. They are very active in socials. Check them out in your own time. I do have a bag. I've taken some profit and I'm good, right? We are good with that. Other ones which have done extremely well that we did mention. One I forgot actually. So special shout out to Pepe on Sui, who have also gone up 350% on the week. Yes, 350% on the week for Pepe on Sui. It is a Pepecoin on Sui. They're very, again, active on socials, which is where I've gotten to know both of the teams from these. The Toilet and No Toilet intern, who comes to the Thursday evening, 6 p.m. Pacific time, SUI Accelerator X Spaces. We've been doing that for over a month now, and it's going really great. We got to know Pepe, we got to know Toilet Intern, we've gotten to know a lot of other projects. Of course, Walrus we did talk about as well 2 weeks ago, and once again, and it's up 44% on the month. Did dip, then come up, and it's looking great. I'm really, really bullish on Walrus and everything that it offers. Right, so let's get into some more, in-depth looking around at what's going on in SUI then. So let's get to the very start of this. SUI and MasterCard. What? SUI card. X Portal is launching a virtual SUI MasterCard. SUI is releasing all of these unbelievably amazing continuous partnerships and advancements, bringing SUI to the masses, and they might not even realize that they're using blockchain for it, right? The SUI Play gaming device is now sold out. That's another way that they're going to make people play games and not even realize they're using blockchain, right? The continuing pumping and growth of SUI is just blowing everything out of the water. We do have SUI Basecamp, which is getting ready to roll, which is why we do see the price of SUI pumping. Generally, what happens, just word of advice, is that before these events, the token pumps, and then after the event, the token will go down a little bit, okay? It's from May 1st to May 2nd in Dubai, so expect some more forward growth of SUI price and SUI economy growing, as they will be dropping some very large alpha into the masses' ears during the SUI Basecamp event. Some rumors I've heard, for example, are that SUI has just formed a partnership with a protocol which has the rights to Pokemon, the game. And of course, with their full force run into gaming, then that does mean that SUI will be able to, leverage the Pokemon game on their SUI Play, in theory, right? That's cool. Some other big notes on SUI, if I can just find the information. I've got so many tabs open, man. There's so much going on. Would be, here. You might have noticed if you're using SUI Wallet, now SUI Wallet is no more. SUI Wallet has been turned into Slush, right? So you'll notice at the top of your window now, it's not SUI Wallet anymore. It's called Slush. Works very much the same. There are some bugs still I've noticed, and you can't get your private key. From there, you can only get your seed phrase at the moment. So if you do want your private key, you're going to have to basically get your seed phrase put into another wallet like Nightly and then take your private key out. And then it's a bit of a faff. Faff means trouble, right? But it is here. Slush is here. SUI Wallet plus Stashed, one unified wallet experience meets Slush, a simple, secure, and sleek wallet built for the entire SUI ecosystem. Whether you're minting NFTs, exploring DeFi, or just getting started, Slush is your launchpad. Let's take a look. What is it? Slush is a multi-platform wallet that lets you send tokens, blah, 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 manage NFTs, sync across web, mobile, and extensions. One wallet, all of SUI. New, you can create a wallet in seconds, link it to your email or with ZK login, and you're on chain. Send crypto like a pro. This is all the same as SUI Wallet, though. Everything in one place. That's the same as SUI Wallet. Built for more than just money. This is interesting. Slush is optimized for every kind of on-chain experience. Gamers, collectors, DeFi power users, crypto curious newcomers. Security baked in. Yeah, that's just like any other wallet. Smart features you'll love. Coin search and pinning. Pinning's good. So you can now pin the tokens which are not verified, essentially, because one problem with SUI Wallet was it wasn't verifying all tokens, like SUI Trump. You bastards. But now you can verify it by tapping it and pinning it. Then it will show the dollar amount, and then you always see it. Native staking and off-ramps. Ooh, off-ramps, okay. One-tap transactions, extension, mobile, and web all in sync. If you're already using SUI Wallet, you've already been changed over to Stash. You didn't have any way of not doing that. So let's see how this grows. They did have a lot of glitches. Seen like some of my token pairs are like worth millions of dollars today, but they're not actually worth that. So it's a bit strange, but that's it. And it doesn't actually look as good as SUI Wallet in my opinions, but I'm going to reserve judgment for later with all of that, right? Other news, big news, SUI Accelerator, who are the program, the X platform I spoke about before, they are going to be running an NFT mint, and the NFT mint is going to be for NFTs which get airdropped tokens who are the partners of SUI Accelerator. So SUI Trump is involved in this. I'm putting up 1% of the supply of SUI Trump to them to airdrop to the NFT holders. They will have Pumpkin Token, who we'll talk about today, Megdalon, who we talked about before, Pepe Sui, OX Rescue, who is a coin I haven't talked about before, but I have met them in spaces. Pretty cool guy, and a nice message for his holders, basically rescuing people and helping people. The Suicide Social Club, who are running NFTs and a token. Gobbles, who are an NFT project, which are purely art, and they're all weird looking goblin things. Choppa on Sui, a superpower on Sui. They have the dev of Choppa has done a live spaces every day for like 6 months or something. He's a legend. Stacks is another meme coin on Sui. SUI Trump coin represent Bubble, who we're looking at. Millie, which is a meme coin on Sui. That's quite old actually, and has been doing very well as well. Aquashock, which is a meme coin which is run by a very nice guy, and Dunny, I think, Dunny's his name, and he's growing it quite nicely. I'm also holding that. I haven't sold a single Aquashock because I think it's got potential. And Harmony Hub on Sui, which is about bringing music to Sui by using Walrus, basically storing music and art inside of Walrus to then make a cultural and a strong standing of growth of culture inside of Sui, which is all positive there as well. So the NFT mint is coming. So get into SUI Accelerator's X account. You can consider that. We will be doing whitelists through this channel for that if you're interested in getting that NFT. And coming to some other news. What's the other news we were doing? The other news is we're only covering the news here. We're already miles into this video. It's going to be a long one. SUI Corner, this is a great site for finding things, right? So top gainers of all of CoinGecko yesterday, the top gainer was Walrus Protocol and top 500 market cap coins. I told you that this one was going to pop up. I hope probably you got your bag a little bit cheaper. We got it in around 40 cents, 45 cents, and now it's up to 67, 70 cents and continuing to grow. Sui, of course, is doing unbelievably well. SUI network shows no signs of slowing down. 161 million total accounts on SUI now, 1.7 new accounts in the past 24 hours signed up, over 12.2 new accounts added in the last 7 days. It is growing exponentially fast. It's going to become a superpower in crypto. If you're not in SUI, if you're still on the bench with this and you think it's just going to pass, there's going to be another blockchain, think again. This is going to be absolutely huge. All run by these guys, Mistin Labs. If you don't follow Mistin Labs on X, follow them. They are making all of the backbone parts of SUI network. Deep, they also run Walrus as well, and SUI Play, Future Gaming, Future Finance, everything that's happening on SUI is created by Mistin. So get to know what's going on there. Yeah, here's the news on Pokemon. Mistin Labs, the SUI devs recently acquired Parasol, a platform for bringing games on chain. Now, here's the kicker. Parasol just added Pokemon's home developer policy. Could the world's biggest IP be coming to SUI? Right. So we've always wanted Pokemon on blockchain. It's never happened. Could it now happen with that? MasterCard we talked about. It's just getting started. Right. So that's all the news covered. Now, if you're new to this channel and you just got absolutely destroyed with information, then, enjoy it. Maybe watch again. And we're now going to get into separate projects, which I am invested in or looking to invest in over the next couple of weeks in SUI. Like I said, I do expect probably the price to cool down a bit before it starts going on another absolute tear, but it doesn't seem to be happening today. Take a moment to like and subscribe to this channel. I put a lot of work into researching, finding out everything that's happening in SUI, so you get all the up-to-date information as it's coming in so that you can make up your mind, right? I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm not suggesting that you buy anything. I'm just showing you what I've bought, what I'm interested in. I have a pretty good track record. It's not perfect. I've also bought some absolute dumps, but these things happen in crypto. It's a high risk casino kind of atmosphere. It's not like investing into something very secure like gold. You are investing into risk. So with that comes the chance that you might lose all your money, but it also comes the chance that you might double, triple, quadruple, 10 times, 100x or 500x your bag in a couple weeks. So with that said, let's get into it. So, right, we already talked about Toilet. Now, Toilet is looking great. It's pumped 400%, right? Which means now probably we're going to see the profit-taking period for Toilet beginning, but possibly not, right? I do hold a bag. I'm not taking profit yet because if you do look at the largest meme coins on SUI, they're way higher than $2 million market cap. I'm not sure what Toilet are releasing next. They don't really have much available about it on their website, and I'm not in their Telegram yet. So I'm hoping to get, some information from Toilet Intern this Thursday on SUI Accelerator Spaces so I can get more information on it. Basically, all I'm saying is if you bought Toilet when I covered it 2 weeks ago, and now you've made yourself a 4x, probably consider skimming a bit of profit, right? There's nothing wrong with skimming profit, right? It doesn't mean you're dumping your entire bag. It just means that you're realizing your successes. So if you have, then I encourage you to do that. Not all. I'm not saying dump Toilet because I'm not selling it. I think it's got more upside than downside inside that Toilet, right? But I don't know what position you're in. So if you are, I was having a conversation actually with a friend yesterday, and he was saying, I want to continue to keep it. I was saying, mate, if you need to lock in profits, the last thing you want to do is get to the end of the SUI bull run, even if this is a mini bull run or if it's going to be a long-term bull run over the next 3 to 6 months, right? If you get to the end of it and you're just holding all of these tokens, which we're talking about today, they're all going to be worth not nothing, but they're going to be like 90% down from their current value or their top value, right? This will happen not just to things like Toilet Dust or, even meme coins like Sui Trump. It's a meme coin, right? So when it does pump massively up, you need to lock in profits, right? Other projects that have higher market caps and thicker liquidity, like Walrus and Sui and Deep, of course, they will also go down drastically, maybe not 90%, but you're talking 50, 60% down. So always locking in the profit on the way up is the best thing that you can do. You don't want to be that guy who's just holding an entire wallet of hundreds of tokens, which would have been life-changing money if you'd just been a little bit more future-proofing yourself by skimming, right? Skimming, grabbing a moon bag. What's a moon bag? A moon bag is when you buy a coin and it goes up amazingly, 5x, 10x. Then you sell whatever you paid for in the beginning, maybe take a bit of profit out of that as well, and you leave the rest to see what's going to happen in 3 to 6 months. Means you're still a bag holder, you're still a community member, you still support them, but you've also changed your financial status by investing in the coin. That's how we'd crypto, right? Don't just be a bag holder. Don't get like, just don't hold them all the way to the bitter end. It's not smart. Well, it might be fun, but it's not smart. Trust me, I've done it twice, 3 times probably. Right? So listen to Richie. Richie knows. Anyway, back to other projects, right? So let's get into Sui Trump, right? So Sui Trump, of course, is our project, and it's a meme coin on Sui. It's Trump based. I'm actually Scottish. I don't have any allegiance to Donald Trump. I just like him because he likes crypto, right? We made this for fun back in October last year, just before he was announced president. We launched it on MovePump. You can actually see now, today, we have the overall market cap ratings for everything that's ever launched on MovePump on Sui. Now, Toilet Dust currently is number 1 because it's reached $2.1 million. If we come down a bit, we're going to talk about Pumpkin later as well today, but if we come down, Sui Trump is still the 6th largest current launch ever on MovePump. So we're doing fantastically. We're up to $386,000 market cap. Just last week, we were at 200, right? So we've almost hit a 2x from that point. Now, why are we pumping? It's pumping for 2 reasons. We're pumping because Sui is going up in price. As Sui goes up in price, a rising tide raises all ships, right? Because Sui Trump's liquidity is entirely paired currently with Sui. That means as Sui has been going up, like we look at on the monthly, right? It's shot, right? From that $2 up to $3.50, right? So that's one reason it's happening. Another reason that Sui Trump is actually going up faster than Sui coin is because the market cap is lower, the volume is lower, but that's expected than Sui coin. Come on. And the liquidity is also less, therefore the pumponomics are stronger. It also means it can be more volatile, of course. But with that, also another reason why Sui Trump is going up in value is because what we have coming in the future. So I put out an announcement yesterday about what we have been working on with Sui Trump, and in particular Sui Dex, which is a Dex and yield farm which we're launching to burn the supply of Sui Trump, buy and burn it, right? This has been a long time coming, and I've finalized now, and we've finished up the bulk of the code, which is huge, right? So breaking, finalize emissions and rewards. This was the last piece of the puzzle we had to figure out. If we have a yield farm and we're only giving a new token out, right, for people who are supplying liquidity and staking tokens, we don't want that token just to be farmed, received, and then sold off en masse, because that just wouldn't give a sustainable approach for how we want to run this project. I've been in yield farming for 5 years. I started on Tron in 2019, and I've been continuing ever since. I've been in probably over 500 yield farms. I've covered most of this on this channel. I've never deleted a video. You can check it out, right? I know what works and what doesn't work, right? I went through a very deep research phase looking at the top 6, I believe, yield farms that I've ever used, and checked out their emission schedule. Emission means the tokens which are being rewarded to liquidity suppliers. If you think of Pancake Swap, right, and you supply liquidity and you get Cake token. If you think of Cetus, you supply liquidity, you get Cetus token or trading fees, right? I looked at all of these models and wanted to find the perfect model, not just for how we get the reward token to the people and they give value to it so it doesn't just go down in price continuously through sell pressure. I also wanted to try to figure out the easiest way to onboard people to use the Dex, Sui Dex, to swap tokens and make liquidity, but also to get into the farm. So it's completely foolproof for people if they're new to crypto or if they've been using crypto for ages, right? So we've decided, or I've basically formed the idea, and my code team has done it. So I'm really happy about that, right? After months of deep research, we've locked in the emission rates and reward mechanisms and mechanics for our groundbreaking Sui yield farm and Dex powered by Sui Trump, right? You won't believe what we've cooked up. This is the next generation Dex and yield farm on Sui network. Follow our new account, Sui Dex. So I've made a new Twitter. We don't have many followers yet because I haven't actually even followed it myself because I haven't put any tweets out yet. But if you do want to, come to Sui Dex HQ and follow us for when we do start getting the ball rolling with getting even our website isn't public yet, right? So it's all to come. You're extremely early. What's coming next? We're going to get our website live. You'll be able to explore SUI Dex and SUI Farm before launch and figure out how it all works. We have a new pitch deck coming up because we changed our branding and we've actually improved the farm since the last time I spoke about SUI Trump Farm. I changed it to SUI Farm and it's improved. So we have a pitch deck and technical white paper for people to read through and understand exactly how our economy works and how this groundbreaking emission and reward system works inside of SUI Dex. I'm really happy about it. I can't wait to tell everyone how it works. I can't wait to get in AMAs. Can't wait to be on spaces. Can't wait to answer everyone's questions on it. But for now, you're just going to have to think, what's Richie cooking? What's he done? What's Richie done? What have I done? Right. So the strategic partnerships will come after that, where we will be looking and shaking hands with top SUI projects, joining forces. We're not just looking for meme coins and tokens, that you can find on Bubble, for example. We were already, I'm already quite familiar with a lot of these projects. So we will, of course, be including some of these up and coming SUI projects inside of our farm and giving them a reward pool where they can also pool their liquidity and earn our token as well, right? We also, though, want to start getting the partnerships with SUI ecosystem style projects, which I think will give us the bells and whistles that will attract big money into what we're doing, right? So that all, of course, comes with the live website, live socials, and a technical white paper, a pitch deck, right? Then we are going to be doing a private raise. Now, I have thought about this a lot. I've been doing a lot of thinking. And before, I didn't want to do any kind of raise for the farm because too often in crypto, I've bought into pre-sales or raises for reward tokens, and more often they don't go very well. So I did think it wasn't a good idea, but my mind was changed for a couple of reasons. The first reason is, why do we need a raise? It's because of the pure cost of this operation, right? So the cost of the operation so far, I've spent about $30,000 to $40,000 building the SUI Dex and SUI Farm ecosystem, right? This involves just the construction of the code and, working with the team. Beyond that, we also need to get a professional audit sorted. We need to start with strong marketing. Then on top of that, we also need to supply substantial liquidity into the farm, into the Dex, so that trading of pairs such as SUI, USDC, and Victory token are solid enough for a launch so that people don't just farm it and don't have enough liquidity to be able to sell, right? So it's very important to get all these three things done. So in order to do that, I thought, okay, well, I don't want to just have a raise because I want money, because that's not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do a raise because you think that your raise can actually make people rich. So I have created a new style of raise, which will be private. It won't be very big, but I believe that whoever does get into it will greatly benefit from, their investment. And of course, just like the details of how the farm is exactly going to work, I'm not going to tell you what that is yet, but know that that is coming, and you'll have more information on that in part 2 when pitch deck and technical white paper are released. We'll also have details on how the private raise works, what you will be investing in, and how you will get your profit, right? Professional audit will follow this. Then we're going to run a hackathon because it is a brand new platform. We need people to try and break it and find bugs because we don't want to launch with any issues. Finally, we will launch. So this is our timeline for what's happening. That's why people are starting to invest in SUI Trump. The whole idea is that SUI Dex is a Dex on SUI where people can easily swap their assets back and forth, right? So here's a little peek at what we're talking about. So you come to trade now, and you would be able to swap tokens, right? Now, the whole way that SUI Dex works is that when people are swapping tokens back and forth, they are burning SUI Trump token through our fee mechanism, right? They're buying and burning SUI Trump token because there's a 0.003% standard fee on all DEXs, Pancake Swap, CETIS, SwapX, right? Usually that goes to developers, or it goes to, to buying and burning other coins and things like this. So we've chosen to use that to buy and burn SUI Trump. And coming into the earn section of our farm, then also the fees for using the farm will also be buying and burning SUI Trump as well. So that's why SUI Trump is quite essential to the success of, your wallet, because we're going to be buying and burning a lot of SUI Trump, and at the same time ensuring that our new token, Victory, is emitting at a very high APR but also has a very high value. Moving on then, so that's what's happening with Sui Trump. Oh, one more thing, sorry. We also have some money to give away. I know you like money. So just by the end of this video, the timer will almost be done. So I just put this up earlier. Where is it? Yeah. So the SUI Trump Raffle, it's going to be for 30 SUI. We've been running it for 6 days. You have less than 24 hours now to enter the raffle, and you could win 30 SUI, which currently is worth about $100, right? You're getting SUI coin. You're not getting SUI Trump. You're getting SUI. The way it works is you buy SUI Trump token, and you automatically get the signed tickets. At the end of the 7-day timer, one winner is chosen, and that one winner will get 30 SUI sent to them. There are so far over 220 individual players in this raffle. It's our biggest raffle yet, which is great. So you just got to buy SUI Trump. To do that, you can come to our website and you can just, get the links there. It's sui-trump.com, where you will be brought to the website. And from the website, what's happening here? Yeah, from the website, you can easily find either our CoinGecko to make sure you're getting the right token, our Dex screener, which is at the top here, or you can just come over here and buy on Cetus, right? You're going to need, a wallet. You're going to need some SUI to buy the token, and then you're go, right? If you don't have any SUI, let me know. I can explain how to onboard on the SUI, by the way, if you want to. There's bridges. It's pretty easy. It takes like 5 minutes, and it's all good. Right, let's move on. What's going on then with Swarm? We talked about them. I did listen to a Spaces they did with Miston Labs, which is crazy, right? So Swarm have now sold $6.8 million worth of licenses. They are still not launched for their token generation event, but $6.8 million is great. They're getting closer and closer to minting out 100% of their licenses. Soon, the price of licenses is actually going to go up, because as more of these are sold, I think it's when it hits 10,000 licenses, the price is going to go up, and you're going to start having to pay even more for them. They are 999 USDC, and they earn you Swarm token daily. At the same time, once the token generation event happens, you're going to get those Swarm tokens. Now that's set for Q2 in 2025, which will be in a couple months. The token generation event will happen and we will get our hands on the tokens. Great stuff, right? But then also coming is the idea that you can use these licenses not just to earn tokens and get passive income, you also get to operate your own AI agents, swarms, right? The partners for Swarm, which is exclusively on Sui, are massive, right? They have some of the biggest partners I've seen on Sui so far, including Google. And apparently they are about to get some partnerships with some extremely large players. I saw it randomly in Telegram. I don't know if it's true actually, but the word Amazon was being flown around, which would be absolutely massive as well. So you get daily token rewards. You can also refer other people to buy licenses and earn USDC. You get revenue share from Swarm, and you get airdrops from Swarm. You can also take part in their current campaign to use their technology to get airdrops as well by using Rollup. I've covered that in the last video. Swarm are one of my top picks for the Sui bull run, which is coming. I think it's going to be a massive player inside the system. I'm so happy that daily I'm just earning these tokens. Walrus, I'm continuing to stake more and more Walrus. So far now staked 790. What am I doing? I'm just DCAing like 50 or 100 Walrus every now and again, and I'm just continuing to like stack up basically. At the same time, I'm also doing some concentrate liquidity farming with Walrus as well. So you can see this one I'm building up slowly as well. Oh, that's the Sui Trump one. What's happening? Wrong one. We stalled. We were on a flow there. We had the flow stake going, didn't we? It was sweet. Yeah. So Walrus and Sui here. It's earning pretty good. APR at the moment is 896% APR. Today, it's not crazy. I don't have a huge amount in here yet. It's only $193 because I'm staking more than I'm holding here. But I'm continuing to DCA more and more Walrus with yield that I get from other platforms. I change it into Sui token and I buy Walrus, right? So this one, I've got some Walrus, some Sui, some rewards, good stuff, and I can just claim that anytime or compound them back in, right? That's all good. Let's get to Pumpkin. This is cool, right? Have you ever wanted a trading bot that runs on Sui that sets up endless amounts of different kind of algorithms for you, and then you just press it and then you go away and it does all your trades for you. You come back and you've either won or lost. Generally looks like people are winning more than losing. Well, this has now been created. It's a perpetual DEX by Pumpkin token, right? So Pumpkin token are here. We covered them a couple times. We come to Bubble. I'm pretty sure Pumpkin's here as well. Here we're at Pumpkin. Okay, so it currently is a $1.3 million market cap token. It's gone up 200% in the month. Okay, so it is going up in value, but not crazily fast. Pretty, for Sui standards, but it's going up, right? The thing is that you need to own the Pumpkin token in order to use their bots. They have two bots. The first bot, you need, I believe, 500,000 or 600,000 Pumpkin token. And I tried that bot. It was okay. It was a bit confusing and hard to use. But then I looked at their second bot, and their second bot needs 1 million Pumpkin token. No, 2 million. 2 million Pumpkin token to use it, right? But the actual user friendliness, right? So it's $267 currently for using this bot, right? But the user friendliness of it is really great. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works right now. Okay. So it works in line with Bluefin. First thing you need to do is buy $2 million worth, $2 million pumpkin token, right? And then you hold it in a wallet. Make sure it's a side wallet, not one of your regular wallets, because you're going to have to give your private key to use this. Okay, so make it a clean wallet, get the private key, put 2 million pumpkin tokens in it, and then you're ready on that side. The second thing you need to do is get yourself set up on Bluefin, right? Now I have a video that was sent to me which explains how to do all of this in like 3 minutes. So what I can do is if you're interested in getting involved with this, then just DM me, right, on the old Telegram, or come into my Crypto Mischief chat, which is free to enter, and I can send you the right information quickly there, right? Because I don't want to go through a full tutorial right now because I've already been going for 30 minutes and it's going to take probably 10 minutes for me to explain it, right? But it works on Bluefin. Bluefin is a perpetual DEX on SUI as well, right? So what happens is you'll sign up to Bluefin, which means connecting the same wallet which you bought Pumpkin with and used, and and it's a clean wallet, right? Then on Bluefin, what's happened? On Bluefin, you want to then supply your USDC into Bluefin and sign up with the same wallet that you're using, right? It's very important too. Once it's done that, this is what's going to happen. So see all these lines and limits and buy orders and things. I didn't make these. I didn't make them. The bot made them. The bot, I set up my parameters for my kind of risk tolerance for what I want to do on Sui. And the bot created all of these buy orders for me, right? Going long or short, depending on what you think the market's going to do. How did I do it? So this is the website here. It's quantfin.xalgo.org. And this is the trading bot and how it works. So once you've set up your Bluefin and you have your coins, you can then get into this. And let's try it all out, right? So what I did was I came to Sui Perp, right? You can choose, which kind of pairs you want to trade. So I'm going to use Sui Perpetual Dex, which would be Sui USDC, right? And I have it right here. I then have lots of options to choose. Now, it looks kind of daunting at first, but the essentials are you put your private key in here, the one I told you about, right, for the clean wallet, and then you set up your configuration for how you want to run, right? So for Sui Perp, I'm going to set it up right now because I've changed a couple things. I want to go, well, let's check first what's going on. So Sui is, God, it's going up again. I think, right, I was talking to some guys about this. I think that because this blockchain event's coming, it's probably almost not guaranteed, but it's a high possibility that Sui is going to be going up over the next week, right, coming into this blockchain event. So I'm going to go long only on this. You have to either go long only or short only. It can't handle both, right? Then you go order quantity. These are pretty complex things you need to set up, right? But then you can also just come here and decide, do you want to be SAFU? Do you want to be moderate, aggressive, or do you want to be yacht today? That's right. You want a yacht and you want it now. So therefore your bot's going to be super aggressive. You can also build strategies by making different, pulling different parts into here. Follow market momentum, stuff like that. Oh, what happened there? You can pull them in, right? And create your perfect trading bot. Now, I am not going to be doing that because I I'm not yet used to it. I only just figured out how this all works today. So what we're going to do then is just come to SUI perp. I'm going to go and grab the long only. We're going to update that config. We're on, we're going to change our preset to moderate, right? Presets down here, right? I'm going to go moderate preset and pretty happy there. Then we'll go and start bot with optimal settings, right? We'll click that. So what's going to happen is we are going to get going. It's just going to start for us. Yeah, grid trading, momentum, moderate, and long only is our strategy. And then we come up here, the bot's starting, right? So when you come back to Bluefin, what's going to happen is it's going to start doing its job. It's going to start trading for you. I might need to refresh this to make sure it works. All right, so here we are, and it's already started to set up my positions. There we go. So if I come in here, open orders, we have filled orders here where it's either realized or lost profit. We have open orders here where it's working away, and we have positions here which have been set up. So I have an old one also with Walrus, which I need to close. And I think you can also manually, open and close. Sorry about the phone. Open and close these open orders if you think that they're, not to your liking. So you can also manually interrupt with what's going on as well. But anyway, so that's how it's working. So I'm not doing a full tutorial on this yet because I only just got it working today. And I've, like you see, I've only put in $179 in here to try it out. I'm not going to be trying it, out with thousands of dollars until I know exactly what's going on and how it works and how lucrative it could be using it, right? So for now, I'm just going to be using it for a couple of days. If you also want to try it out, let me know. Get into the Telegraph and let me know. Let's move on. So we already talked about Pepe on Sui. Is doing very well. They are a Pepecoin on Sui and good community. I think it's a good buy. I hold it, right? Next one is to deal with Chop. So Chop Talk is a X account that does a spaces every week. They also have a token, and now they have a NFT mint for a new token they're going to be releasing. These are called Sui heads, right? So Sui heads are paying homage to accounts that are shaping the landscape of Sui, and they're based Japanese style influenced PFPs, right? With a little bit more. So Sui heads were created to represent the emission token for Chop Swap, Sui H. Each Sui head will receive an equal portion of Sui H. By holding Sui head, you will receive a portion of revenue share, right, from Chop Swap revenues. So Chop Swap, it comes from the website chopsui.net, where you can find out more about their token, Chop token, right? So Chop is here. They have, a lot to go into and look into with Chop and how it all works. Essentially, it's a token, and they offer lockers for different projects to lock up tokens to, be safe and secure and show other communities that they are, legitimate people. You could swap tokens with their DEX. You can fuel your favorite projects by contributing directly to their development. And also they run their own pre-sales as well inside of Chop. So it's a utility coin, which is going to be making an emission coin as well. They work with Bubble, Stacks, Meg, Sizu, KFK are some of their projects which they have listed. And that's all good, right? So that's pretty cool. If we come to then, you might be thinking, well, what about the price action on old Chop? So how's Chop been doing recently? For a token, it's 8% down today, but its $300,000 market cap is up 81% on the week and 159% on the month. And this was another token that I talked about 2 weeks ago. So if you did buy it 2 weeks ago, you've already basically 2x your money on Chop's growth. So that's great. And with the NFTs, they are a bit expensive for people who might be interested in getting NFTs. I believe it's 150 Sui per NFT. So far, 51 of them have been minted. Only 223 of them will ever be in existence. So it is a small collection with a quite high mint price, 150 Sui's about $400, I believe, per NFT. But you do get rewards from revenue for the protocol. So I would suggest, if you're interested in looking into this, first look into Chop, see how they're performing with their different utilities that they're making. Check out Chop Talk. It happens every single day on their X account. and you can get to know the developer and hear about what their big mission and big plan is. And then you might just find yourself an absolute banger on Sui. Strangely, just to finish today's mega video, NFTs on Sui are massive. They're selling very fast. There seems to be a lot of liquidity in Sui currently for getting lots of NFTs. And that's interesting because NFTs across the board, everywhere else, are just completely, they're almost dead, right? Apart from our NFT, the Shitcoin Club. But we're on Polygon with our NFT because that's where we launched many years ago. As always, I will be putting this video into my private DAO first, so that I can give the alpha to them. They are actually our NFT owners. So they're the owners of our NFTs, which you can find here. Just notice my shirt is showing too much skin. Hardy har har. Yeah, so this is the SEC NFT here. We are currently floor of 0.029 ETH, which is about $50. And if you own these, you can then get access into our DAO, which is a private DAO on Telegram. That's where when I make videos like these, first I put them in the DAO, then I wait roughly 12 hours, then I release it onto YouTube. So for the instances of, the successful video I put out last week where we did talk about all of these SUI projects, or 2 weeks ago, then, they got exposure to this much faster than the general market. And they managed to get their positions, hopefully, for these projects, and it all worked out. I'm not saying that every time I give a call, it's going to be successful. We don't know that. I can't tell the future. I'm not Nostradamus. I just have a lot of experience and a lot of fingers and pies. Oh, and I forgot. Got one more token to talk about. Now, this token, I took a big gamble on this token because I didn't really know anything about it. But this is called ISG. Infinite Sui Glitch. It's a reflection token. It gives you Sui every single transaction that the token has every time for all holders, essentially, right? So imagine there's a big pie of everyone who holds ISG token, and there's a tax on the token of 2%. So every time there is a transaction on that token, you get Sui sent from that transaction into your wallet. It depends how much of the token you have for how much Sui you're going to get, right? So for example, if you had 40% of the entire supply of the token, you would get 40% of that 2% of that volume buy. So it currently has $63,000 volume, right? Which is extremely high volume for a coin, which means 2% of $63,000 for 24-hour volume. You could do the math there. That's not bad. And it's being sent to every single holder in Sui. I'm watching my Sui wallet right now on my phone, and it's just firing like Sui. It's like 0.0001 Sui. It's not much. It's like less than a cent that's coming in every couple seconds. But this token keeps going up in value and starts getting larger market cap, then those 2% fees coming into it are going to be extremely juicy. And of course, the token will have gone up massively as well in that time. So I bought this token not a week ago, unfortunately, which would be, that would be great if I bought it a week ago, because we have gone up 1,400% in the last week. I bought it about 5 days ago, but it's actually done incredibly well in that short time as well. And I don't think the Sui rewards, which is going to pay, are going to pay off the amount that I've spent on the token. But yeah, it's 60% up today. This thing is flying, absolutely rocketing, right? So if you see on the week, how have I done? So on a 7-day, well, it was only listed on CoinGecko yesterday, actually. Okay, so yeah, I've made double my money essentially on my purchase of ISG so far, and I'm earning Sui token all the time. So this is a token I'm going to keep an eye on. You can check out their website here. Buy ISG, get Sui dividends simply by holding your ISG in your wallet with the 2% tax on the pool, right? So far, 3,300 Sui have been distributed, and there are 927 real holders of the coin, not with volume bots pumping numbers and these kind of things. And you can see here, this is what's happening. Continuous Sui just being sent to people. Very cool. How it works: buy the ISG, get Sui automatically. Simple as that, right? Because of the 2% buy and sell tax. So every time the token's bought or sold, that's turned into Sui, and well, 2% of that's bought into Sui, turned into Sui, and it's sent to all holders. Nice, clean design, and I think it might do very well going forward. And ISG rewards calculator, they're trying to see 24. Okay, cool. So if the trading volume on this token is $1 million trading volume, that would mean if you have 0.1% of the supply, you're going to get daily earning of, wow, 5,000 Sui. No, this is wrong. Okay, they need to fix this. Oh, yeah, $500 a month. Pretty good. If you have 0.5% of the supply and it's got $1 million trading volume, then you're going to get $2,940 a month. If you buy up more of the supply, say you have 2.5% of the supply of this token, then you're going to be getting $14,000 a month. Wild stuff. Amazing, right? Really cool. Okay, that's the end of today's video. All of this, of course, is high risk, high return DeFi. Be careful out there. It's a jungle out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this. Peace. Don't get wrecked.